Hey guys, Justin Bucci here. So I'm going to go through the week over Gold and NASDAQ, take a look, see what happened. So I'll start on the 4-hour time frame. Just going to show you. Move all drawings. Let's find Monday. This was Monday was right here. So price is bullish on the 4-hour. It's just in between this higher high and higher low. So it's just pretty much accumulating at this point right here, right? And then it broke out, then it continued bullish. So in events like this, you can follow the CMP. So go to the 1-hour time frame for Monday. I'm just going to show you what I'm talking about. I've been looking to simplify my process and make it easier to understand for people. So of course, what I do is I look for structure that's trending, and I'm basically looking for a continuation to go with that current structure. So I'll show you what I'm talking about. So price is bullish on the 1-hour, right? I'm looking at the CMP always. If I go to the 30 minutes, a little easier to see, right? And then I have this level here. Then what we notice is that price respected this area, right? So we need to find a setup, basically. So if I go to the 15, there's nothing there. If I go to the 5, there's nothing there. So this comes down to the 1-minute time frame. I believe it was on the 1 minute. So just going to show you. So just kind of zoom in. So here was the setup, which was a QMR. Oops. So you marked the level, you marked the apex, and then that's where pretty much price tapped and went up, as you can see, multiple times. But yeah, that was basically the setup. And if you missed that, let's just say you didn't get that one. Obviously, created another one over here, another QMR, level and apex again, same thing. So I was basically just looking for a setup in this specific area because it was the potential higher low and the bullish breakout area, right? So just show you what I'm talking about. Sorry, my internet's a little slow. So yeah, so this is what I'm talking about. So you can see this is basically the higher low area, right? We have the higher high, higher low, higher high, higher low, and then within this area, that's where the setup was created. So the location and everything made sense. So just try to keep it simple, right? So then let me go to the 4. No need to go to the 4-hour. I'm just going to keep going to the 1-hour. So now we go to Tuesday. That was Monday. This is Tuesday. So Tuesday, I don't see anything clear as far as structure goes. Like I just don't see anything that makes sense. So I dropped down to 30. And then what I notice is that while price is bullish on the 30, I go to the 15 just to see if the 15 is doing something different because I'm looking at the CMP. And then that's when I notice the CMP is bearish. So broke the support. So you always want to trade the flow of price and what price is doing right now. Follow the CMP. So that'll make your life pretty much a lot easier. So when I saw this, I knew price had to come back to this level here. Now you could have sold from this level or you could wait for a setup. Personally, I was waiting for a setup. So once price got to this level, got here, I was like, okay, price respected it. And then once I saw this, I was like, okay, now I have a QMR. I'll drop down to the 15 so you can see it's a little bit easier. Sorry, the 5 minutes a little easier to see. So now you can see it's a bit more clear. Just mark the shoulder. You see the QMR, right? And that was it. So that was Tuesday. Let's reset. Let's go to Wednesday. Just going to do this quickly because things repeat. And you just need to have logic, right? So when I see this, obviously I know price is bullish, but you got to follow what price, you got to follow the flow. So obviously the flow is going down. That's what I'm talking about when I say follow the flow. So it's a little bit more clear in the lower time frames. So let me go to 30 so you can see it more clearly. Originally I was looking for this QMR level to get tapped. That's basically what I was waiting for. But then I dropped down to the 15, see what's going on in the 15. And then what I noticed is that price broke this lower high on the 15. So I need price to flip back bearish. So I go to the 5 just to see what happened. Oops. Then price broke this support, which turned structure bearish. Now what do we have? We have a QMR. We have the apex and we have the level. It's probably more clear to see on the 1 minute time frame. So you can see, right? I have the level and I have the apex. And then this is basically just where price came back to, right? And you refine it to this level. Then price came and dropped, and then that was it. Right, so that was that setup. So go back to the 1 hour. Let's take a look and see what happened on Thursday. Thursday, price is bullish. So I'm following the CMP, right? Price is obviously trending up. Go to the 15, I don't see anything. Still don't see anything. So basically, I was waiting for a pullback. So price pulled back into this area, creating a potential higher low. So then I go to the 5 minute. I'm looking for a continuation. So what I notice is that price created a QMR on the 5 right here. This is the level, but it's easier to see on the 1 minute time frame. So I just drop down to the 1 minute, and you can see what I'm talking about. So this was the level, this is the QMR, this is the apex, and then obviously that's what I saw, and then price came back and then eventually went up, right? So that was Thursday. Let's go to Friday. Friday, looks like price is pretty much within this area, creating a QMR. I'm just telling you what I noticed. So this is the first thing I noticed, was this QMR. Then I go to the 15. So I was like, okay, this is a good QMR, but I'm following the CMP, right? So once price got to around this area here, I was watching the 5 minute time frame. And then what I noticed is that price created a QMR. So what do? I mark the level, I mark the apex, and then wait for price to come back, and then price came back, and then it went up. Didn't go up all the way, right? But just enough to gather. How many points was this? I don't remember. About 30 points, I think. Yeah, which is plenty. So, yep, that's basically it. So that's what I saw. Now we go to NAS. I'm just going to go to the 1 hour time frame. It's just to simplify everything. We'll always start in the 1 hour time frame. So I'm just going to keep it super simple. So Monday, what do I notice before New York session? I noticed the rally-based rally here, right? Go to the 30, what do I notice? I noticed this is the same level as this SNRC1, right? See this SNRC1? So that was good enough for me. So that's where you set your order. Oops. And then that was it, right? Simple. Go back to the 1 hour, go to Tuesday. Tuesday was over here. Tuesday is a little bit more different. This one I was unsure about. So I saw this. I knew price was bearish. It was going to go down, but I just didn't realize price was going to go to this level up here. But now I know. So I'll just show you what happened. This is where you got to go, kind of the 4 hour. So this was the breakout level I saw, and then this was the level price went to. So it just went to the next 4 hour resistance, which is the same level as that. So it's kind of, yeah, nothing you can really do about that. Just something to journal and think about. So let's go here. There's 2 trades on Wednesday, but I usually wait for 9 o'clock, 9:30. But if there's an earlier setup, then I'll take it. So Wednesday price is bullish, obviously. Price is bullish, right? Obviously. So I'm looking for a setup. I don't see anything. Then I saw this QMR here. So when I saw this QMR, that's basically where I took the trade. And then when this candle closed, once it got closer to 8, I noticed this QMR sell, right? So then you take the QMR sell after the QMR buy, or you just wait for the QMR sell. Level apex. Obviously price went to the apex and then dropped, so that was for that day. Just following the flow, following the CMP. Now let's go back to the 1 hour, see what happened on Thursday. Thursday, this is a little bit more tricky for some people, because if you're looking at the CMP, obviously price is bearish. You could see price had this little QMR here. Oops. Right, and then you go to the 30, right? And that's this area right here, right? But what ended up happening was price ended up creating a bullish breakout right here, right, following the CMP. Go to the 15, you just see what I'm talking about, right? Go to the 5. And then you see price shifted down here, right? Remember, you're following the flow of price, right? So the flow has shifted, and then it shifted again. Now it shifted back up, right? So just take a look. Price is holding this level of support, so it's just accumulating more orders to continue up. Basically, that's what it's doing. At least that's what I think it's doing. So this is the level to enter from. Just a break and retest. There's a closing price confirmation, and then price went up, and then obviously it fell back down. But that was it for Thursday. Just a simple break and retest following the CMP. Now let's go to Friday. Friday had a pretty much similar experience. I had this QMR here. This is the level I was watching first. A little bit more clear in the 30 and 15. Then I noticed that price had this breakout level here. I'll just show you why I chose that. Because it's a rally-based rally on the 1 hour time frame, right? So I marked the apex because the apex and this level are so close together. You can just see. I chose the apex because it overlaps with this level of support. Right, go to the 15. Right, and this is the level right here. Go to the 5. See, it's the same level, right? So that was the level. This one tapped at 10.10. Still a valid trade with NAS. Like, it wasn't too far out of the session, but yeah, for me personally, that would have been the setup to take. So that's it. So just trying to keep things simple, trying to reduce my decisions, just trying to follow continuations based on structure and based on what price is doing right now, right? So you basically look for a clean time frame where price is trending, right? Starting with the 1 hour time frame, and then you kind of want to wait to enter in at the previous, a higher low area, breakout area, and just look for a setup, that pretty much aligns with that area, right? So I hope that makes sense. If you guys have questions, just let me know. Otherwise, that's it. Thanks.